Hey y'all. Hi. Let me know y'all here and that you can hear me okay. I'm going to give people a few minutes to get in here. So if you're here while we're waiting, hi to all my new subs. Hi y'all. How are you? Hey Lisa. Hey David. Hey Pugface. Hey Jose. Good evening. I see people are slowly coming in. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hey Atticus. And I know y'all probably like, oh my God, that feels so long ago. But I had a wonderful Thanksgiving with my family. I don't know if y'all were here, like who I was here for my last live, but at the end of the live, I was saying something about like hugging your family, loving your family, because you never know when it'll be your last time doing that. And as sure as I said that, I had a friend, someone that I'm pretty familiar with that passed away a couple of days ago. So that's crazy. I was like, oh my goodness. So hopefully if you were here, you took heed. You hugged your family, kissed them. Hopefully y'all enjoyed y'all families very much. But if y'all are new subs, please let me know so I can speak. Also, if you are new subs, let me know where you're from while I wait for a couple more people to get in here. Hey, Ezel. What's up, Callie? All right, Tennessee. I be having a lot of Tennessee people messing with me. That's what's up. So we're going to talk about a couple of different things tonight that I want to talk about. If you're here, give me a thumbs up. Give me a hello. Let me know that you're in the chat. Hey, Roland. Anna. Or is it Anna? But hi. Hey, David. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Randall. Happy to have y'all here. To all my new subs, welcome. I'm so happy to have y'all. Hi, Sony. I'm going to give people a few more minutes, but I was just saying I hope y'all had a really great Thanksgiving. I know I did. I didn't want to go back to work. I wasn't super excited about that, but I'm getting back with the program. I know, Roland. Like when Monday came, I was like, oh my goodness, it's here already. And then like I was like, what I'm supposed to do when I go back to work? Like it just felt off. Like I had to just get back in the swing of things. Hi, Mike. All right, y'all. So first of all, let's talk about Mississippi for a little bit, because as most of you know, hey, Third Eye, I am from Mississippi, and we have been in the news a lot lately. So as y'all can see, the Senate runoff was today for between Mike Epsy, the Senate race for Mike Epsy, between Mike Epsy and Cindy Hyde Smith. And so a lot of people are at the polls today. Excited about that. I've been seeing the signs everywhere. So let me tell y'all, I don't know if y'all saw it in the news, but I know it was definitely on our local news. So we had somebody around here hanging nooses at the state capitol. Oh my God, I cannot with these people. It's too much. But yeah, nooses. We have these signs and all this type of stuff going on. So I first kind of heard it in passing. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And this is why I always tell people you have to go read the articles, because you'll hear stuff in passing. You might take it one way. And then thank you, Donovan. And then you might take it one way in passing, and then you have to just kind of go and follow up. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? These people leaving nooses. Once again, they are making Mississippi look super bad. So then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, nooses. I'm like, right before the Senate runoff, I'm like, for a racist person to do that would be extremely, extremely stupid. Like, it makes no sense, because I'm thinking you are basically pushing people to the polls. You know what I mean? Like, that's just motivation. So I'm start thinking, and I'm like, okay, this is not adding up. This is not making sense. So anyway, I went to the ABC website today just to see what they were saying. I'm going to read some of this to y'all. So, nooses and hate signs left outside of Mississippi Capitol and build up to special election. So, state officials said the nooses were accompanied by handwritten signs mentioning lynchings and Tuesday's special Senate runoff, which has drawn attention to Mississippi's history of racially motivated violence. Okay, so in the early hours of Monday morning, authorities believe several suspects were responsible for posting the sign shown here on the lawn of the Mississippi State Capitol building. Now, this is the part that got me. The signs were written in red, black, and green. The colors of the Pan-African flag appeared political, focusing mostly on a special election and high-profile African-American lynching victims, according to pictures. So I'm like, oh, Lord. Now I know now that a black person didn't need the signs. Because at first I'm like, okay. Well, at first I just heard it in passing. I'm like, that would be really stupid for a racist person to do, like, because you giving extra motivation to people going up against, if you're basically like doing it in support of Cindy Hyde-Smith. And then I'm like, okay, it has to be a liberal. Then I go on and I read the article and I see red, green, and black Pan-African writing. Oh my God, really? So a black person did this. Like, that's what came to my mind. Okay, I kept reading. So, it says, so when the sign said, we need someone who respects lives of lynching victims. Another sign said, we're hanging nooses to remind people that times haven't changed. So I'm just sitting here reading the signs. I'm like, wow. Like, so this was obviously because I don't think a liberal white person is going to sit there and do a Pan-African sign. You want to remind people about how important lynching was by putting nooses at the state capitol. Like, so anyway, as I kept reading the article, I think it said the attorney general is taking this super serious, and the person could be facing federal crimes. So I'm like, you thought you were trying to, I don't know, be helpful. You thought you were going to help push people to the polls, and you finna get fed time. Like, because they could, trump that up on hate crimes or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, people just out here doing the most. And you wasn't too bright when you did that. Yes, stage nooses. And then, like, I'm thinking, like, as a black person, if a black person did it, it should have made you feel super awkward. Like you sitting up here tying nooses to scare people into voting. Like, I don't know, but it's just a real, I just ain't feeling that look on Mississippi. But I just thought I'd share a little bit of Mississippi news with y'all first. So the results should be coming in from the election soon. And we'll see. They were tying nooses in Boy Scouts? Really? Mississippi voting, not burning. I know, right? Alright, so y'all know I did a video not long ago about prison reform. And that Trump basically came out and endorsed prison reform and was basically trying to get other Republicans on board. So this bill can be passed through the Senate or basically brought to the floor. Yes, the First Step Act. So if y'all remember, Meek Mill, which is a rapper, he was going to go meet with Donald Trump not long after he got out of jail. And basically people talked him out of it, including Jay-Z. And so he is coming out, I think he's coming out with an album this week or very soon. And he's also, yes, Meek Mill. And he is also doing like a website, some type of platform trying to get people involved. And so let me let y'all hear, because he was on a Breakfast Club this morning talking about it a little bit.
Criminal justice system had created to protect you. But do you think it's really protecting us? You had a right to remain silent. But that really means you had a right to be silenced, doubted, interrogated, suspected. The color of your skin can and will be used against you in a court of law. You had a right to be innocent until proven guilty. But somehow, about 47% of the wrongly convicted are black. And if you don't remain perfect, the most honest mistake, you're going to join us, the 80% who come back to prison within 5 years.
All right, so let me tell y'all a little bit more about Meek Mill's story and his background and like how he ended up back in jail. So basically he did an op-ed with the New York Times recently. And he has this new platform. I think it's called Reform Now or reformnow.com. And basically he's trying to get people on board to take a look and I guess hold people accountable for prison reform or whatever. But anyway, so this is a little from the op-ed, but he says, like many who are currently incarcerated, I was a victim of a miscarriage of justice carried out by an untruthful officer. My crime, popping a wheelie on a motorcycle in Manhattan. Even though the charge was dismissed in New York City court, a Philadelphia-based judge still deemed my interaction with the police to be a technical violation of my probation, stemming from a 2007 arrest, and sentenced me to 2 to 4 years in prison, despite the fact that I didn't commit a crime. The judge also refused my motion for bail, calling me a danger to the community and a flight risk. The ordeal cost me my precious commodity, my freedom. I served 5 months. I was released on bail this past April and was able to resume my life with the help of friends and the intervention of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. So So, basically, he goes on in his article to talk about some of the things that he wants to do. He talks about rehabilitation programs. He talks about shortened probationary periods. He talks about balancing sentencing structures, improving the bail system, and things like that. And so, as I'm reading the article, I'm like, some of this sounds so familiar. Like a lot of these, it sounds like a lot of what is in the First Step Act. So I'm really wondering, I'm going to keep my eyes open. Like I was telling y'all, he has his website and you can sign up to get like updates. And I guess he's going to do some type of petition or something like that. You said he did not write that. It sounded pretty good. He might have said it and had somebody else. You think it was plagiarism? I don't know about that. But I was like, some of this sounds really familiar. So I'm interested to see if, you know what I mean? Like, how is he gonna go about that? Because the timing, like he has an album coming out. I'm like, you think he has a better plan than Kim Ye? As in like Kanye, who inspired Trump to go ahead and endorse the bill? Is that what you're talking about? But I don't know if he's gonna try to latch on to that bill. I don't know if he's trying to do something totally separate. I'm curious if he is going to try to get them to move the First Step Act ahead. With have Mitch McConnell bring it to the floor quickly. I don't know, but I was just like, that's interesting and weird timing. Yeah, and Jay-Z did stop him. Now, from what I read is that he didn't want to feel like he was, I guess, the center of attention, and he really wanted the focus to be on the bill, like the reform. And I get that. Like, I get what he was saying, but in a lot of ways, because he went through it himself and he can speak better to it, and because of his story, I almost feel like he would have been a better outlet to talk about it for somebody that kind of like, you know, on the inside, that kind of has their eyes to it or whatever. The First Step Act needs to happen so we can move to step 2. Yeah. I think he said something about the bailing system too. That's not in the First Step Act. I think that's pretty interesting. I don't exactly know what he's implying. I don't exactly know what he's implying, but I guess we'll see and kind of keep. Why do you think he should still be in jail? Now, I don't know much about, I don't know much about like his history and what he did initially going into jail. I think it was probably like drugs or gun related, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't particularly think he should have went back for popping a wheelie. And that just ruined his probation. So completely done. How was the popping a willie a violation of his probation? How did that equal to that? Because it was something I really didn't understand. And maybe went over my head a little bit. And so that's another good thing Ari said, but I don't understand why they continue to perpetuate the drug dealing narrative, though. You know what? I was thinking about that today because he has an album coming out, and I don't particularly listen to his music, but this is, and that's why I said the timing, because it could be promotion on one hand, but then on the other hand, I'm kind of looking in, like, now I am kind of interested to hear what he has to say. To see if it's going to kind of be intertwined or be related to this whole thing. Recklessness, endangerment. So So how do you, oh, he cannot leave his state. Recklessness, endangerment. I guess I wonder, do they give them like a list of things they can't do? Or could you just be doing anything that you just thought was fun, and in the moment it's like, oh no, that's reckless endangerment. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, Ari, I'm probably gonna be checking him out just to see, and to see if he progresses as an artist and it kind of matches this platform that he's trying to take. Because whether they believe it or not, that music and media, all this stuff is so influential. It's so influential. Okay, so basically he was supposed to be in Pennsylvania, but he was in New York popping willies. Oh. Well, if he come to the country, he can pop all the willies he want. Don't have to worry about reckless endangerment. As long as you don't do it on the middle of the highway. Jim said maintaining a low profile is best for convicted felons. But what if your probation is like 10 years? You know what I mean? Like, yes, sometimes I think it's the record labels and managers that tell rappers this is the way to make money, but they don't understand how detrimental it is to the Black community. Absolutely, but what's also important, we have to look at the stuff we support. I said this, hey Katrina, I said this in Completely Done said, just avoid the news, sis. Ha ha ha. Ha. But yeah, Ari, I said this in another video. You know what I mean? Like, people want to talk about voting, but we vote every day. We vote with how we spend our money, who we support. Hey, Uber guy, I've been trying to get in contact with you, so hit me up. Brooke said, longer, long as you're faster than the cops, then come on. Pop your willy. I just forgot my thought. I was saying something to Ari. But yeah, like we vote every day. So with who we support, what music we listen to, what designers we wear, you know what I mean? This is like who, hey KJ, this is, who's in power, or, who gets the promotion and things like this. And promotion and what we see in the media, as y'all can see from the videos I make, doesn't always match reality. You know what I mean? So the more you can support the things you want to see, like the better. So yeah, folks be voting every day. And in a lot of ways, I almost think that's more important. You vote with your money too. Hey Smurf, I didn't see it earlier. The chat going kind of fast and I'm talking too, but yeah, but so yeah, I'm looking forward to the prison reform and seeing what they do with that. Hopefully if they bring it back to the floor. T.I. too. Yeah, he would have been somebody as well that could have spoke on prison reform. I think Kanye was trying to honestly like do it from his heart. You know what I mean? I think Kanye is a very passionate person, and people think I give Kanye a lot of slack, but the truth of the matter is I hold him to what he says. I don't think I said that the right way. I think he's basically accountable for what he says. So if Kanye said something wrong, I don't have a problem admitting that was wrong. And I've often said that he messes up, or he's not, like, I feel like he's the type of person, like, he needs to write down his ideas so he can verbalize them correctly or whatever. Let's Go PG said there's no real knowledgeable rapper going to this White House. I definitely, like I've always said, I don't particularly want a rapper speaking on my behalf, but for some reason, and Malcolm X talked about this a long time ago, so this is nothing new, but entertainers have always been allowed to speak on our behalf for some reason, and I don't particularly care for that. I'm not for that. Now, some people like I said, Meek Mill, since he's been through it, I think he may be able to speak on it better than somebody like Kanye West. Because it actually affected him directly. But I'm not out here just looking for rappers to speak on my behalf. I don't feel like they represent me. And I think that's a terrible, terrible standard and precedent that we started. Is really annoying, and I think it sends a message too. I'm finna kick my moderator out, y'all. You about to get kicked out, girl. Mike said not entertainers who are easily swayed by public opinion. Which entertainer ain't swayed by public opinion? If it all come back to the money. It all comes back to the money for sure. Danielle said what frustrates me and many people that he had an opportunity to be heard by the president, but he chose sitting with the Breakfast Club. Danielle, I feel like he had a lot of people in his ear. You know what I mean? He was locked up. He got out. I got you, Gab, because I definitely need you. But he was locked up. He got out. And, I'm sure, like, especially when you first get out the fandemonium, people missed you, this and the other. And then, it's really all about, that's when you got the most people in your ear. As soon as you surrounded by people. Like, I don't think he was out of jail a day before he was being paraded around and showing up here and showing up there. You know what I mean? And I'm sure, all these people in Hollywood have people in their ears, especially when it comes to the money and keeping the money. They're not gonna speak on certain things. And man, some of these people be feeling the same way y'all do about some stuff, but they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna mess with their money. And I mean, can you blame them? I talk about people doing stuff for the love of money all the time. And you will see how silent people get the bigger their platforms get. Courage is going against the grain. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I agree. But we still gotta eat at night. All right, Seb, I don't understand celebrities. How much money is enough money? Man, I don't know. And then I think they're definitely, it's about legacy too and trying to pass something on. They probably be thinking about their great grandkids and having stuff here when they're long gone. Hey, Bagley. But so let's talk about Kamala Harris. So I mentioned her. The senator, yes. Hey, Julio. I mentioned her, I think, maybe like 2 videos ago. She is well known for saying that, like comparing ICE to the KKK. Well, there are talks that she might be getting kicked off the Senate Judiciary Committee. There are talks that she might be getting kicked off soon. And so I definitely have to let y'all know first, okay? Because sometimes I kind of see these media firestorms coming. And I have to let y'all know so y'all don't get caught out here looking crazy or get caught with your pants around your ankles and all that. But they are saying that it probably can get a little ugly if she is kicked off the Senate Judiciary Committee. It has not even happened yet. They say they're going to talk about it after the race more between Mike Epsy and Senator Cindy Hyde. You think she's going to be canned? She's a joke. So let me let y'all hear this because she be tripping me out. Let me let y'all hear this real quick.
Domestic terrorist group.
Why? Why would we call them domestic terrorist group?
Because they tried to use fear and force to change political environment.
And what was the motivation for the use of fear and force?
It was based on race and ethnicity.
Right. Are you aware of a perception that the way that the discretion
I see no
I'm not finished.
I see none.
I'm not finished. Are you aware that there's a perception that ICE is administering?
Y'all, that whole thing that she does drives me crazy. I don't know if she's trying to I don't know if that's really her. Hey, Imama, I don't know if that's really her. She's trying to present herself in this certain way, but it's this very condescending. You know what I mean? When you used to get in trouble for something and you knew you were going to be in trouble, but the person will continue to ask you questions because they want you to admit that you're in trouble. It's like they get some type of satisfaction out of the making you feel some kind of way. Oh my God, it hates that. I hate that. It reminds me of somebody's mama or something. I'm adorable with my glasses on. Thank you, y'all. I burst a blood vessel in my eye. I don't know if that is from stress or what, but I'm okay. And from time to time, I wear my little nerdy glasses. But so I'm just letting y'all know in advance, okay? If she is kicked off, it is gonna be because she is one of the last people to be. I know she is one of the last people to be added to the committee. And so they're going to be in talks about whether they're going to shrink the committee or what they're going to do. So y'all will be hearing more about that. They're probably going to try to spin it some kind of way. Or they might keep her. You never know. But the Republicans do have the majority right now. Danielle said, I live in California, and this woman was a mistress that slept her way into the White House. She's rude, condescending, arrogant by girl. I've seen people talking about that, her past and stuff. I haven't really looked into it much for my for myself. But I know the way she was talking to that man, I would have been like, lady, I'm grown just like you. First of all, we about to have a civil conversation. I don't know if y'all ever had a boss that's tried to feel like they can talk to you any kind of way, and sometimes you just gotta remind them, I'm grown just like you. You want to talk? We can talk, but you gonna talk to me like another grown person. You're not gonna be condescending and do all that. And why? Why'd you do that? You know? So, but we'll see. We'll be keeping our eyes on it. I just do not like a condescending attitude. And I always talk about how Black women are represented in the media, because that's very important to me. And I feel like you have people looking at those type of things. And so I don't know. I don't think that really helps. I think you can still get your point across and say what you have to say. But I also always tell y'all, I feel like oftentimes a lot of people always be looking for that viral moment. Like that's my assumption. You know what I mean? I can't say that like to be true, but I just get that vibe from a lot of politicians, from a lot of news anchors. You remember when Mariano, what's that lady name from Hawaii? Like, you know, they'll say something. She said, and men just shut up. Y'all know that those type moments. Shut up and sit down or something she said. And the internet went crazy. So I just always feel like politicians and like these news anchors and stuff like that. Like I just feel like they always just looking for their next viral moment. So they'll just say and do stuff that they know the news is gonna pick up, or they'll be in a news cycle for a couple of days or whatever. But did y'all see my Caravan video from the other day? What y'all think? I think it's super. Yes, Spartacus. Oh my God. Now that moment when Cory Booker came out and said he was Spartacus, like, maybe I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna do that. I might do a compilation of like all the most ridiculous things that politicians have ever said. It'll probably take me a long time to do. But when he said that, Mike said cornball crazy, I was like, really, dude? Like, really? It was super corny. I'm like, how do you get cornier than that? You know what I mean? It's like calling yourself a superhero and you don't allow the other person to do it. It's like you declaring it. I'm like, oh my God, good grief. Like, get over yourself. And so obviously, yes, that's another viral moment like I was talking about. Now, his was so much more like direct and intentional. That was so obvious. And I felt like I was watching like a comedy special or something. It was so theatrical. I'm like, oh my goodness. But so back to the Caravan video. What y'all think? Do y'all think that it is super interesting how Mike said he threw away his presidential aspiration? Because is anybody gonna take him serious after that? Like, it was like a clown moment. Like, Jim said, you're entitled to your Spartacus moment. Maybe so. But do y'all think it's super interesting how the media has been using certain words to shape our thoughts, to shape our opinions on this? So like with the Caravan, I wish I could have spent a little bit more time on that video, but sometimes it's really hard, like going back and finding clips and stuff like this. But it's so many videos out there, y'all, that say like imaginary Caravan, so-called Caravan, non-existent Caravan. So I'm like, it's so intentional. This is new. Are you a school teacher today? I just be trying to encourage people to talk with me. You know, they teach me new things too, so it's great. But yeah, so it's like these very intentional words. And I'm like, hey to Arkansas. But it's very intentional words. King Maya says he's an immigrant and he's proud of it. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about it? Where are you from? And how long have you been here? Mike said they play with adjectives all the time on the left media. Do you think Soros orchestrated this caravan? Now, I have seen where people... No, that wasn't. That was something else. I've seen people say it was George Soros. I try not to say things that I don't know, like, for definite. But what I will say is that it's absolutely 100% organized. Absolutely 100% organized. There have been videos with them being paid. There have been times where they've been fed, housed. Parts of the trips they've been bussed. And so they said the cameras will start back rolling when they start back walking. And so I can absolutely say in great confidence that it is very much so orchestrated. Now, by who? I don't know exactly. But it's just really messed up and unfortunate for everyone involved. Really completely done. He said, I have ice in my contact list. Let me find out your illegal one. Call, that's all. If that's not the pettiest thing I ever heard in my life, how are you? That was just petty. That was just petty. King Maya, how can you say you were born in the USA, but then you said you get called an immigrant? Help us understand it now, because I like to understand. But y'all, these buzzwords, oh my God, it's so intentional. And like I said, for people that don't watch the news and they're kind of just going in and passing, like, it's like creating some type of, I don't know, it can create like some type of thought pattern. And before you know it, that's why I say it's so important for people to do further research beyond just the talking points. And things like that. But like, I'm like, oh my God, like, this is so intentional. And somebody, I can't remember who, I think it was Atticus, they said he's been seeing it or been paying attention. A lot of this, like, it's still kind of new to me, and I still be shocked and surprised for some reason. Like, in my heart, I just want to believe that, hey, Kamala, I just want to believe that people have the interest of the people they claim to be protecting in mind. Like, I really want to believe that. I want to hold on to that belief. But every turn, like, the more I just pay attention, it's like, wow. Imama said all politics. That's what all the shows are based on now. Politics everywhere, even in the church. You are so right. You are so right. Even in comedy specials. Even in comedy specials and everything. But like, the more I pay attention, I'm like, wow, so you just going to tell me that something doesn't exist that I can clearly see with my own eyes? And do you think people are going to come back and correct these stories? No, they are not. And just like a while ago, that Jim Acosta guy did that whole little Antifa is black. You know, Trump is trying to keep you away from the big scary black people. And I'm like, wow. Like, that is so much more offensive than so much of the stuff that hits the news. like, it's so, I was like, wow, he needs to come and correct that story. How can people not be mad about that? Like that, like you just put in black people in something Antifa, something they don't have anything to do with. Like you just throwing them up into a whole scenario. That was offensive. Very offensive. Way more than a lot of the little petty things that the news likes to harp on. Because that actually goes into perception and like, no, you trying to assign a group to a whole different group of people. And Antifa is very racist when you don't agree with them. I've seen some very crazy videos online from Antifa. I know they try, I guess, on the news, try to present them one way. But yeah, I've seen some really crazy stuff. I think not long ago, I just seen a girl from Antifa spitting in somebody's face. Oh, see. We would have been fighting. Like, Antifa stands for anti-fascist. Top name, even porn. What you trying to say? Politics is in porn now? Maybe I came in late on that comment. Maybe I clarify for me because I came in late on that comment or whatever. But yeah, like, I suppose Antifa is supposed to be standing up for, you know, the freedom of speech, I would suppose. But then you spitting in somebody's face because you don't agree with them. And then one of the guys was pulling the other guy back and was like, no, let her do it. Let her do it. Because I guess he wanted to show, like, you know, how, you know, some of these people can really be. And see, I don't fight. I believe in keeping it cute. But if you spit, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna send y'all my Cash App link so y'all can go ahead and post my bail. Like, for real, for real. That's for certain. But so in the Caravan, is it weird not supporting the left as an African American? Tyler, I support the truth. I support the truth. So wherever the truth is, you know, wherever the truth is, wherever the truth lies, whatever I feel like is in the best interest of the people, you know, that's what I'm gonna go. And that can be policy by policy. Like I've said, a lot of this is new to me. Thank you, Sean. I believe the Democrats are trying to destroy this great country. Just look at California. Oh my God. I seen somebody the other day say they ought to cut the whole California off with a buzzsaw. But yeah, because did I say thank you, Sean? I think I did. Thank you. But yeah, California, and this is what I say. How is it? Have y'all noticed how the media works so hard to promote senators, Congress members, representatives from California and New York? I'm like, don't promote nobody to me from California. Nobody, not one person, because like, look at it. I have people, I don't know if anybody's here now from California, but people they send me stuff about it all the time. They want to leave California. It's too expensive. The wages don't match the livability and things like that. James, you in Los Angeles? How is it there? Cause I just don't hear really great reports. In California is in debt. The cost of living is high as heck. And so if that doesn't say a lot, James said, is Mexico now. Really? Oh my God. Karen said they're going broke. $1 trillion in debt. Yeah. So how is it that you constantly promote Californian politicians to me? Like, I'm good. I'm good, love. I'm straight on it. Like, California relocated to Colorado. I hear a lot of people are moving out of there, and I've heard it's moved the middle class out really, really bad. So can you explain more about Cali? Like, why do you hate that state? Let's go PG. I don't hate the state, but you can pretty much find ample research, and like people here from Cali are telling you. But you can find ample research that says that California is in debt. Now, I'm sure, and California has problems with immigration. Now, I'm sure there are certain areas there that are great. But somebody said California is a great place to live if you identify yourself as dry dirt. Lord, we got the petty patrol in here tonight. Thank you, Sean. You think Democrats' destruction and bleeding of their state help wildfire deaths? David said California is lovely. Which part of California are you in, David? I mean, I guess it just depends. But yeah, the taxes are skyrocket. Can't even cover the debt. And I think if I'm not mistaken, they've had to ask, or they've had to ask for more funds like several times, especially with the fires and things like that. So something isn't being managed correctly. I mean, that just speaks for itself. Thank you, Jason. But I have family. I have family in Cali. Let's go PG. I have family there that say the same thing. So even though your experience may be different, everything I'm saying here, your living experience may be different, but some things are a fact, which is California is in debt. California is not managing their funds correctly. California has the highest taxes. California is pushing out their middle class. Like, all of this is facts. It's easily findable. That's facts. Now, if you want to say it's great to live because you enjoy it, it's things to do, your family there, that's one thing. Okay, that's cool. I wouldn't argue with you with that. I've never lived there. Jane says it's homeless tents everywhere. U.S. is in serious debt too. That's why you're not making good money. I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, so Cali has high tax to pay for entitlement. What do I think about the fire? I haven't been really just keeping up with it a lot. I kind of just heard a little about it here and there. I didn't look into it further. Now, I know Trump made some comments that some people found offensive. And I think some of it was to the tune of California is not managing their money. You know what I mean? That's true. It's true. Now everything else he said, I can't remember. I think that was like a couple weeks ago. The news is always moving so fast, so like sometimes it's just hard for me to even remember. But like a couple weeks ago that happened. But this is about as much as I think of that. I haven't really looked into it like super deep. King says he was raised in LA. It's not as bad as you think. He said they're not managing their forest. Okay. I don't really know what that even means. So yeah, I would definitely have to look further into that. Cali is overcrowded in some places, but I'm in Discovery Bay. They aren't managing the forest correctly. I was stationed in Yuma, Arizona, and visited my brother in San Diego. It was night and day going there. Gas was $2.79 in Arizona, but $4.89 in California in 2008. That sounds about right. Smart said, I believe those fires were intentionally done. I've seen other people say that too. It's a lot of corrupt things going on out here. And so yeah, it's a lot of crazy, scary, corrupt things going on out here. Y'all, I just seen on the news today, I don't even know where this was, but a man was doing a doggone gender reveal and he shot something. If y'all know what I'm talking about, tell me in the comments. But this dude shot something and set the doggone forest ablaze, and it burned like acres. And so he had to plead guilty to a misdemeanor. And I think he's gonna have to pay like a $200,000 fine just because you want to tell the world you was having a boy. Like, really? Y'all, the pressure. But yeah, don't be out here burning Cali down because y'all trying to present to the world you didn't had a boy or a girl. David, I'm in Mississippi. Thank you, Cedric. Yeah, the Arkansas is not like, I'm like, this got to be the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. So I was like in a bag and I heard the TV and I'm like, nah, I got to go watch this to see what they're talking about. And you see this whole area on fire, just acres. I'm like, really? Kenneth said there's an investigation going on about the fire. We'll see what happens. I'm going to kind of, like I said, I haven't really looked into the whole fire situation really in depth. But we'll see what happens. But also we're going to keep our eye on this Caravan. And when I say keep your eye on it, like actually open, because they're like hoping that our eyes are not open. But like I always say, because a lot of this is new for me. And so sometimes when I read stuff and I see stuff, I still be shook. And I still be surprised because I'm like, wow, it's just so much corruption and money grubbing and all that's going on out here that like it's hard to even decipher what's real and what's not real anymore. And it's a very, very sad state of affairs when you're looking to people who act like they have your best interest in mind. And then the more you pay attention, it's like, wow, so you don't report the stories to me that I need to know about. You tell me that I don't see what I'm looking at. Like, you know, but so the more I just see and I notice and I pay attention, I'm like, wow, like what is going out here? The fact that someone can blatantly tell you, you're not seeing this, you're not seeing this. Nope, 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 nope. You didn't see that, you didn't see that, you didn't see that. It wasn't real, imaginary, you know, like all these buzzwords. I'm like, but you do know I'm looking, right? So, that whole trying to play us like we're dumb, and now I'm starting to see how easy it is to manipulate people when you're not like because you have to be paying attention to not miss some of this stuff. It's not, you know, you're not getting punched over the head with the truth. I mean, unfortunately, and that's not the way it should be. I shouldn't have to dig. I shouldn't have to dig for truthful information. I shouldn't have to see a talking point and say, okay, I want to know more about this. And then have to go read 20 other sources just to see what the heck is going on. So but we'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna try. I don't know. That might take a little time, but I'm gonna try work on a compilation of like all the craziest things like politicians have ever said. Are these, you know, wannabe viral moments or whatever. Somebody said, would you rather live in a racist city in the South or a non-racist city in Cali? Well, let's go PG. That probably depends on a couple things. So first, I'm looking at livability because I want to be able to afford wherever I'm staying. And then, are the people that you believe to be racist, are they bothering you, or are they doing something to you? Are you living next door to the racists? Kamala said non-racist city fiction. Exactly. Like, I mean, what, you know, like what? So I don't know, but there was a girl from Mississippi. I've had incidents that weren't completely I just lost my thought. That were where's a racist city in the South? Michael, probably wherever they decide to say that it is. But I was gonna say something, y'all. I forgot. The most liberal cities are most segregated. There are statistics that prove this. Look at San Francisco, New York, Boston, Chicago, DC. Huh, really? That's interesting. That's really interesting. I never knew that. I'm gonna have to look into that. But if you're just gonna be trying to run from racist people all your life, or run from what you think is racism or bias or whatever, you probably gonna be just running wherever. You might as well just get a treadmill. And I was shocked being from the country in a diverse population. Kirk said, I was never called an N-word until I moved up north to a liberal city. Well, that sucks. And I'm in Mississippi, and that never happened to me. I can't relate. So let's go PG, take Kirk's word for it. But hopefully all these people that are for the Caravan will open up their open up their homes and their neighborhoods welcomely to the immigrants. We'll see how they. Hey, and while y'all are here, yes, Jason, that's what I meant. While y'all are here, what are, and for, because I know, some Democrats are here too, some conservatives, some independents. What is the actual Democratic solution to immigration? Do y'all know? Can y'all tell me that? What is the Democratic solution to the immigration right now? Y'all are saying close the border. Wolf said let them all in. Amnesty. Open borders is the solution. The only solution for Dems is open borders. So, y'all really... Cajun said it's a trick question. No, seriously, because I don't get it. I don't get it. I haven't heard any other, it's always kind of just, nitpicking and talking points, right? Every time I hear them talk about it, I haven't heard the actual what platform. What is the Democratic platform on, the real one? You know what I mean? I know y'all are saying no borders, and I know, kind of ultimately, I think they want that, but that can't be their actual presenting solution. The solution is end the so-called war on drugs. No drugs, no money. Somebody said if Trump closed the border, y'all drug prices be going up real soon. That was so funny to me. Ernest said they really don't have one. How? And how can people not see that? How can people not see that? And what changed so quickly? What changed so quickly to change their perspective on it, to change their platform? If y'all watch my last video, you see Obama speaking on it. And I left a large chunk of that video because some of the things Obama said, most people would have found offensive, right? Because two of the things he said they need to learn to speak English. And he also said, we want the best people, right? The engineers, and I think he named some other stuff. If any other politician was to come out and say that in 2018 going into 2019, it would be a problem. It would be a problem, point blank, period. It will be a problem. It will be a viral moment. Their sponsors or sponsors will pull out. People would not vote for them. People would say they're racist. Top name, thought on 2020 candidate. Love your channel. Thank you. But you literally, do y'all see how the language and the platform slowly change, and what was once was right becomes wrong? And it's always this ever moving, a bullseye of what's the correct way to go about things. How does your platform completely change? That was only a few years ago. So that is crazy to me, y'all. The mind tricks, the freaking Jedi moves is so... And now it's become so much more blatant to me. And I'm like, wow. And I don't like that. The police are militarized because of the war on drugs. So people are saying, they have the New World Order agenda. But my thing is, okay, cool, you say that. But I'm looking at how blatant. Like it has, like you, let's say that's your agenda, right? Nobody comes out and says that. No politician is gonna, well, I take that back, because actually you can find clips of certain politicians saying little things, and I think some of the times they may have said things too quickly, and things like that. So there are instances where you can find presidents and politicians and stuff like that talking about the New World Order. But my thing is, thank you, Delvin. But my thing is, like, you have to have something, some type of platform to mask the agenda. Is that not correct? Am I not right about that, y'all? Like, you would have to have some type of platform to mask the agenda. Isn't it supposed to be a hidden agenda? If you never give a platform, that is so blatant to me. It's so blatant. How could anybody have any questions about that? So it's like, wow, do they even care anymore? Are they doing some type of like mind control or what? Like, how are y'all making people not see that you don't have a platform? And believe it or not, Sean said it's because Trump is openly honest about Democrat crimes, Clinton Foundation and spying on Trump, etc. Trump threatens Democrats because they are criminals. Beats Reloaded said Dems take blacks for granted. That's 100% true. That's 100% true. And let me give you an example of this, right? So I was on Facebook. This was probably like a month ago or longer. And I was like, man, you know, like, what's the point of me voting? Like, what's the point? I was like, stop trying to like belittle people or bully people into voting if they don't think that something is on the ballot that speaks or represents them. Like, stop it. And people are like, well, I had one young lady, she was like, no, you need to vote anyway and just hold their feet to the fire and this and the other. And I'm like, but when do y'all hold their feet to the fire? Like, you say that, you're telling me that because you want me to go out and vote, particularly in a way, the direction you probably want me to vote in. You want me to do work on the back end, right? Hold their feet to the fire. But then when I speak about Mitch McConnell not bringing the prison reform to the floor, who's helping me hold their feet to the fire? Who's writing their senators because prison reform is important to me? Who's doing that? So stop acting like y'all actively out here holding people's feet to the fire, because you are not. You are not. You vote because you think voting is the most important aspect of life. Thank you, Michael. He said, I love you, RhondaMary. Thank you for everything. Thank you. You vote because you think voting is the most important way of life. And then you go on with your life. And this is why I always tell people, you vote every freaking day, okay? With the people you support, the people you watch. Look at the Alexandria Cortez girl. Is that her name? Alexandra Cortez. I know for a fact she had to win that seat because she was getting so much publicity. But when you listen to her talk, what the heck do you know? What sense are you even making? You know what I mean? So when y'all continue to watch these people talk them up, big them up, Alexandria, I can never say her, whatever, Cortez, yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. Somebody said, our Hut Rose said, if you don't vote, you can't complain. If you don't vote, you can't complain. So what if somebody's been voting for 20 years and they decide not to vote for 1 year, they can't mention what's going on. They can't feel any type of way. Is that what you're alluding to? They don't get reparations for all the years that they voted. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I feel like people shouldn't just vote to vote. I feel like people should be knowledgeable on the issues. And I feel like I wasn't before. I really wasn't. I didn't know what the heck I was voting for. I didn't know what the heck was important to me. I didn't know what I cared about. I didn't research. I didn't do anything. I probably watched the news here and there, and I let people tell me what was important to me. And so, no, I don't subscribe to that. I don't particularly think people should vote just to vote. Like, no, I want to encourage people to be informed. I want to encourage people to do research. I want to encourage people to care. I want to encourage people to understand on their own behalf. Thank you. Let's go, PG. Thank you so much. And so I'm sorry. I don't subscribe to the I don't subscribe to the vote just to vote. I don't subscribe to that. If you actually see, it's videos I've seen on YouTube where they will go to these college campuses and they will ask them simple questions. They will ask them, what type of government do we have? And these college kids don't even know. You know what I mean? So what are you voting on? What do you even know? Do you even clearly understand? So no, I'm sorry. I don't subscribe to that. And I want to, my channel is about encouraging people to get informed and talking about things from a common sense perspective. Some stuff is just common sense. It doesn't have to be hard. Some stuff is just common sense, and some stuff is just looking into things further and coming to your own conclusion. Nelson said all politicians are bought and paid for no matter the party. Nelson, I think that's why so many people were actually excited about Trump, because to my understanding, he ran on his own funds, and so he doesn't particularly have to answer to anybody. That's my understanding of this. So, and I think that's pretty like interesting. I take a issue to, I've always said, if you want to know where these politicians stand, look at their sponsors. Look who they're responsible to. The money always talks. And so, you know, it's easy to say you're going to hold these politicians' feet to the fire, but at the end of the day, they're going to answer to the person that's putting food on their table. I mean, that's just point blank period. So you want to see what a politician going to stand for, what they're going to represent. Look into who's paying them, who's supporting them. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Zah said money comes first. That's usually where you find the corruption. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I talk about it. I talk about it all the time. I talk about that all the time. And thank y'all so much for the super chats. But I talk about these, like what y'all see with me, you know what I mean? It's a real journey. Like, it's a real journey. And I'm honest with y'all about that. I don't have anybody sponsoring me. So I don't have anybody telling me you need to think this way on this and this way on that. Like, I don't have anybody doing that. So I can come on here and be honest with y'all and say, well, I might agree with you on this, but on this I don't. And I wouldn't change that, because like I said, I answer to my convictions or whatever. And I wish, I wish people could find stability in that. And you know, when you have people like y'all being supportive, that's why it's so important that we share and promote people that are looking for the truth and trying to share the truth. Thank you, O'Shea. Hey, O'Shea. But that's why it's so important that we look for people that are trying to share the truth and taking a different narrative and taking different platforms, because when you start getting these sponsors and there's money involved in these organizations and they're like, look, you need to speak on this behalf, that's what it is. And I think in another video I talked about the Young Turks, like how when I was in college I used to really like the Young Turks because they used to cover stories that the mainstream media didn't cover, and they were very big on, you know, their perspective, like being, you know, like a different narrative and like, you know, being more truth and stuff like this. And I'm like, the bigger your platform has gotten, now you just they like, you can tell the agenda is so strong. It's so strong. And I don't Lindia said TYT sold out. Yes. And it's so apparent to me. It is so apparent. It's so apparent. Somebody mentioned the other day on one of my videos, they said it's funny how the same people that used to make fun of Sarah Palin are now like super duper behind Alexandria Cortez. And I'm like, that's an interesting comparison. I never even thought about that or whatever. But yeah, so if anything, George Soros gave TYT 20 million. How do you know that? I'm gonna have to look into that. How do you know that? Tyler said Cortez is way worse than Palin. Whew, they tit for tat, honey. They I don't know. They kind of tit for tat. Michelle said it's refreshing that President Trump used his own funds so that he does not have to be in anyone else's pockets. Man, I think the best thing about funding your own dream is you can do what the heck you want to do, and you can say what the heck you want to say, because you don't have that person to answer to. Top Name said, would you consider being a politician yourself? No, I don't think so. I've had a couple of people ask me that. As a matter of fact, I think my mom has said something to me about that. And I'm like, Lindia said, be independent. Oh, I absolutely would. That's the only way. That's the only way I could be a politician. But I just, man, the system is hell. Like, it's there, it's in place. You have so many corrupt people. I think some people go in with good intentions, but they come out a different way. They come out a different way or whatever. And it's just honestly, I feel like I could have more impact with doing. How you gonna say Rhonda 2020, but you spelled my name Rhonda 2020? It kind of got a ring to it now. I don't know, but yeah, like I just don't know how impactful. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. And there's so much corruption, and my eyes being opened up to so much that I don't know about being a politician. But But I don't know. There are some things I want to do. I'm not going to talk about them tonight. I'll be talking to y'all probably a little bit more about them in the future and as my channel grows. But I am very involved in my community. Like, that's where my heart is. That's what's important to me. I've always been involved since I was like in high school, from mentoring to being a public speaker to working with different nonprofits and volunteering and things like that. So all this stuff is important to me. And like I've told people before, you know, some people just get on YouTube and talk. But believe it or not, I actually do, you know, I believe in walking what I talk. So, you know, I don't just get on YouTube and talk to y'all. Hopefully I'm out here actually having some type of impact with the small sector of work that I do. And so that's really important to me. But y'all, I have been here well over my time that I usually talk to y'all. I must have been enjoying it very much so. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and make sure that you subscribe for me. Thank you, Roland. Michelle said, I'm a senior and I would vote for you. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm gonna do the political thing, but hopefully I'll be talking to y'all more about some stuff that I want to do, and hopefully we can get some stuff going. So, but thank y'all so much for all the super chats. Thank y'all for the support. Like, that means so much to me. Thank y'all for being here, chatting with me. I look forward to more videos. For the people that don't know, I try to do a live every Tuesday around 7 Central Time. Now, I don't know what time it is, everybody else's time. You're gonna have to Google it. But around this time every Tuesday. And so for the people in the chats that were telling me, you know, check this out, y'all please email it to me, because sometimes the chat is going really fast. My email is RhondaMaryVideos@gmail.com. So it's my YouTube name, then videos@gmail.com. You can email me comments, suggestions, if y'all want me to check something out. Usually if you leave it under a comment under one of my videos, I will go check it out if you leave a link. But yes, make sure y'all share and like. Hopefully I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So y'all make sure y'all liking and sharing. Help me reach my goal. We got about a month left. This month has went by so fast, y'all. Okay, I'll put my email in the description. It is on my about page, or like my home page, but I'll put it in the description. But this year has gone by so freaking fast. I feel like time is moving so fast. But yeah, trying to get to 5,000. So y'all share me. Do all that. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for the super chats. I'll talk to y'all soon. If you have not checked out my last video on the Caravan, y'all make sure y'all do that, okay? All right. I'm not Adele. Thank you. All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye.